And we're live. Hey, welcome to the stream and or VOD. Although if you are in the stream, I am blind to you at the moment. So I have an open chat.
Heyo! Doing more of the Code Vein DLC, the last that we have to do, the last world.
Yes.
Yes. It sounds also the most spooky.
Bachoom. Badoom. Let me ditch Yakumo.
Ditch me. I was unable to get the dodge reward.
I can't figure out the dodge
it's
thing.
So crazy.
Hey, it's now bright and early.
As usual.
By the way, now I saw your suggestion right after the stream ended that like the stream title should have been part 69, and I changed it. It's a good idea because it was the lesbomancy.
Lesbomancy.
My favorite type of magic. Lesbomancy.
Right. That's the deep eternal abyss. If you want to come pick me up, babe.
It is kind of cool that like now is like super far away, but it's still 4 o'clock there. It's like Chile is like, or Chile. You literally couldn't get any further than Chile unless you went to Antarctica from here. And that would be the only place that would still be on Eastern time. On our, what are we, +5, -5? No, probably -5. Our -5 time. Do you want to try some of these challenges, by the way?
I can try, but honestly, it's a pain in the butt. You have to get the parry, and you have to get the dodge.
You try any of these, trying to get a gazillion damage on one hit?
I think I've gotten those. I'm not sure.
There's no way you got the 60,000 damage.
I don't know, man.
But
I don't really care about those. I just want the rest of the blood code, honestly.
It's just like the really simple ones to get the weapons. It's just beat him while using a different weapon.
Right.
But you can't die more than 3 times.
Yeah, I mean, if the weapons are anything like this halberd, it's not really a big deal. Just seems like a normal weapon with some effect.
That looks kind of cool.
Effect, yeah.
I mean, the hammer looks super, super cool, but it's not particularly good. Like, I don't know if the damage is, like, really high, because I haven't, like, scaled them up. Actually, I guess I could check, so... No, it's bad. Oh, no, this is A+ scaling, so maybe if you had a strength-specific one. I don't know, but it's not anything, like, super particularly incredible. I guess we'll beat the Zap first, and then we'll figure out all the rest.
Sure.
So I have my spells are all. I guess fire stuff is still the way to go for lightning land.
Yeah, I mean, your fire spells are pretty high damage, right? So sounds good.
There's like, this one isn't. Firestorm isn't, but I don't have an ice storm. Unless I do? What about like this, beating this boss? I should have gotten a bunch of blood codes. Oh, did I get all 3 pieces of whatever it was? Lost turret. This thing is actually really good against like killing like random enemies. I tried it out. It does a shit ton of damage. But against a boss, I don't really. Also, what would it cost to like max it? I could, but oh no, I can't. Never mind. Oh, I did check out this stuff. Okay. Let me go to Lightning Land. Put my distress out.
Let's all go Lightning Land.
So I do have, I thought of 2 stories. 2 stories of debatable entertainment. Oh right, I'm joining your world. Let me
Yes.
search.
I will put out
Search.
the distress signal.
Search. Ah.
Is it already story time?
Already straight? No, not necessarily, but I have them. I have them ready for eventually.
Alrighty.
That is a very cool looking gun thing. I remember Secret World, there was like a hell dungeon, and for the longest time I had like the hell gun from the hell dungeon. It looked very cool. And yeah, but MMOs kind of suck.
Yeah.
Tragically.
You want to actually beat these guys up?
Oh, I should have spiked them before.
Ow, ow. Man, he really went after me, huh?
Ooh. It's like so much health.
Oh, come on, that should have done the backstab. Come on. Come on. Come on. Won't give me the backstab. Ah, there we go. And come on.
Ah, he's dead.
Yeah, he is.
What do we get? Awake MJ212. What the fuck is that even for? It's like the one. I don't know why they give it such complicated names. I guess, I mean, when I first started playing the game, I was like, oh wow, that's very biopunk. But now I'm like...
We're supposed to drop down here. Oh, there's Vestige.
So you can walk around, right?
Oh, there's the Perseus core fragment A.
Wee.
I found all of the Perseus. Hooray.
Oh,
Didn't
let me
even have to look it up.
let me follow you down there.
Alright, now we're over here. Hi.
I'm gonna go ahead and
This is
put
totally
my...
not a trap. Oop. It's a trap. Ooh. Help.
Oh. He's a bad boy.
Yes, he is.
Let me go ahead and just have him die.
Good idea. Alright. Now, here is a mapping missile.
Speaking of Antarctica, I saw a really interesting... You can't shoot me. Yeah, thought so. Ah,
Oh,
yeah.
bing. Bang.
Got that, but... Are Souls like your favorite genre? No.
It's mine.
It's Trisha's, I guess, but yeah, no, I don't like them. I think there's like good games in the genre, and I've played like all of them, right? But I don't think it's really like a good design. It's like I love Diablo 2, but I don't understand why anyone made a Diablo clone. Like what about that awful camera angle and like terrible functionality where people like, yeah, this is definitely what I would like to...
Do we drop down here or over there?
I think
I guess we drop
we
down
shoot
here.
this guy with a fireball from up here.
Good idea. Let's start with that.
Now we can drop down wherever. Now that he has been...
Whee! Just purify this. Yep. And just, yep. Roll out of here. Oop, yep.
there's a dog next to me.
Oh, yeah.
But I cannot.
Oh, yeah. Oi. Oi.
And that is kind of why I don't like the genre, because it's like, granted,
Dogs are the
I
strongest
could
thing
be
on the planet.
I could be playing with mouse and keyboard, right? And then in that case, I wouldn't really have the same issue with like looking at stuff, but yeah, I mean, I guess there's really no excuse. Well, I don't actually know. I don't know how to.
Oop. Here's some handles. Are you ready?
I am most certainly not, but. All right.
The mapping missile.
Yeah, I feel like there's a huge weakness to just kind of how the
Hey.
the functionality of like Dark Souls worked, that just like should have been sort
Oh
of
my god. That is not okay.
worked out of the formula, but then because it was such a cult classic, they just like copy even the dumb things about the game. Like, yeah, I don't know.
So that wind thing, will that hurt me?
Probably.
Oh. It applies stun, I guess?
I don't. Oh, I think it just sucked out my magic juice.
Oh, that's not good.
Ah,
Oh,
I'm dead.
dear. Sorry.
You don't have any? Oh, that's fine.
Wow.
Your favorite genre is turn-based games? Turn-based games are pretty fun. That's a good question.
I can hit them out of it, I guess.
What is my favorite genre? If I say RPG, that is probably cheating, because there's like types of games and there's like genres, right? I don't know.
Alright. Distress signal is out.
I have no idea. Yeah.
Sorry.
No need to apologize. I don't know.
Titanium.
So I've played Dark Souls. I've played so many Souls-likes, so it's almost like silly to say like it's not my favorite genre, because I played 1, 2, 3 of Dark Souls, Elden Ring. Neo 1. Have not played 2. I think I own it. I'm not sure. This, you know.
I think we went down here, right?
Maybe.
I think it was here. Oops.
Oh, oh, fuck.
Ooh.
Sorry.
Ah. That's okay.
Turn-based games are super fun.
Come and join me whenever you'd like.
I think one of the first no, you know what? Probably 100% the first RPG I played. There was like a 12-pack of games for the Mac. And I hate Macs.
Yeah.
I think
not that
Macs are like the epitome of what I don't like about consoles, where they're just kind of locking into like subpar hardware with just like sort of oh, there's a guy.
Yes, yes there is.
But anyway, we had a Mac once upon a time because it was like the new thing. And there was a 12 pack of games, and I think Bloons was one of them. And Wingnut was another one of them.
Got me good. Got me good. Ah! I didn't even see that this guy had spawned. He is so scary. Oh, ooh, ooh. Ah.
Woo. Yeah, I
Game,
remember.
like, completely stopped for me for a second.
Same.
I had no idea what was going on.
Yeah, Wingnut is another game I really, really enjoyed. I played with my brother, and he hated having to do the bombs. Like, it was like a bullet hell where you fly around, and you drop bombs, and with control. And he hated having to reach over to control, so I would play with him, dropping bombs while he would shoot the gun, and it was the coolest thing ever. This is like, you know, because like your big brother needs your help. I mean,
I did not know you were going to go straight after those dogs.
I didn't know they were there.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was a fun time. There was a bunch of like shitty games on the collection, right? But there was also and it was a mess of like balloon popping games and like just what basically would have been a browser game, like I mean, I guess earlier and after they're just like kind of they're just like super simple sort of games, and then like like the kind of games you'd expect in like a multi-pack of games, so like nothing super incredible. But then one of the games was just randomly an isometric turn-based RPG that was like not casual in the slightest. It was such a weird game to be on there. And it, like, the person who put together the collection literally probably just didn't care what games were in the pack. They were just like, yeah, we need a bunch. And it was called Gene Forge, but I played it so early that I played it so when I was so young, I didn't really have like the best reading skills. So I called it Gen Forge for years. And then eventually when I like sought out the game as an adult, thinking back at how much fun I had, I realized it was Gene. Like gene as in like genes of genetics, yeah. And because the game is like this biopunk medieval game, like biopunk fantasy, which is it's super weird. Okay, wait a second. Can I kill it from here?
Yes, you can.
Okay, that is definitely the best solution. Any more spiky balls, sea urchins?
Bam.
Well, now. Thank you. I've gotten many, many lost Zweihanders.
I already got this missile.
Cool. So Geneforge is probably my earliest introduction to fantasy in a very atypical kind of... Is he going to break this?
No. Maybe we just have to go the other way.
That's weird. And it was a you'd play real time until it was combat, and then it would jump into turn-based. But it was like, and it was a weird turn-based too that you don't see in too many games, where it's like a certain number of action points, and then you can move a certain distance. Like it takes 5 action points. I was fighting the guy.
I'm fighting 3 guys.
No need to be greedy. I would like some blood. So it's like 3 action points. 5 action points to attack. 3 action points you had to spare to like move. Or no, was it 4 to attack? No, because you had 8. So it was 5 to attack. And then... Yeah, and then you could use haste, and then you'd immediately see... I think haste gave you like 2 extra. So you got 2 attacks if the enemy was like right next to you, right? Oh, there's a guy chasing you who's big and fat and gonna bonk bonk.
Hey, me over here, haha. Stupid fire guy. Get him! Get him!
Me?
Yeah, you have the gun, right?
Oh, I didn't know. I was fighting the fat thing. Okay, and then... Oh, Jesus. And the fire guy is so far I can't lock on.
That's it, irritating.
Ah!
There you go.
Sneaky, sneaky. What? Okay. That guy I just want to shoot, but it's probably not the best solution. But yeah, so yeah, the first RPG I played was Geneforge, and it's such a weird, like, it's such a weird setting to have, you know, like biopunk put into fantasy. Like you create, like the whole like lore is that you're part of a race of people that can create monsters, and then like you can create life and modify it and stuff. They don't do enough with it though, because it's an interesting concept, but then they just kind of settle all the cool stuff by saying like, oh, it's forbidden or something, right?
Like the Shadow Realm.
Ah, Shadow Realm's forbidden?
It's forbidden. Like West Wing.
I've always thought it would be cool to write a story in a setting like that, but that exact setting that guy made, I don't feel like it does enough with the concept. I would want to do something more radical.
I
Like,
will say this next mini boss fight is gonna be a bitch.
kind of like how... Oh, there's a rotten missile here.
Really?
Kind
I thought
of.
I saw it and it was purified.
I don't know. Like, look at it on my screen. Doesn't it look weird?
Yeah, but
It's like
I
halfway
was just
between.
up there.
You might have purified it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
buggy wuggy on my screen.
Buggy wuggy, that's for sure.
So anyway, yeah, like RPG is kind of like a more general kind of genre. I think, but like format for a game, I don't know what my favorite would be. I don't like Souls-likes. I kind of like how The Witcher is, but I kind of also do not like their pseudo lock-on system in The Witcher 2. I would just rather them let me swing in different directions, but I know that's not that precise, and so you'll have problems, but...
Oh, God.
Why? See if I can get multiple. There you go. Should be another one. Oh, is that that's the actual one?
Yeah, that's the actual boss. Makes sense. Teleporting bitches.
Hardest thing in the game.
Yeah, right. Ah, nice. Alright, now
Thank
we
you.
just gotta do the main boss.
I am maxed out on Iker for it too.
Yeah, nice.
It's like, you know, I think a lot of it's hard for me to come up with like a game. I hate the idea of it's hard for me to come up with like what format for a game I like the most. I mean, like I kind of enjoyed Dragon Age where you could pause and then like switch around to different characters and have them do stuff, like queue up an action. So like in Mass Effect you could pause if you were in trouble and then switch to like Garrus or whatever like warrior guy you have, and then have him use concussive shot to knock down the guy who's about to murder you. And you just I would always ban them from using concussive shot until I was like in desperate need, and then I would just pause, switch to them, tell them to use concussive shot on the guy about to murder me, and then they'd instantly like knock him over, and I'd be safe. And I kind of enjoyed that, like switching around characters and putting abilities different places and stuff.
This boss looks interesting.
I can't see him; it's just darkness.
Alright, you ready?
Yes, freshly caffeinated. But then obviously like BioWare went to shit, right? So hard to have that as my favorite format.
Fighting Mothra?
I think
Ooh.
this is a cool creature. They should have introduced this as a horror.
Yeah, right?
That's what they're implying? This is a horror, right? Because you say that there's horrors this far in the depths or something.
Right.
He's taking damage in weird intervals.
Ooh, it's slow. Oh, maybe it's not slow. Maybe my computer's just being slow in this.
There's something weird about it.
Yeah.
Like it seems to be taking damage in
Ooh.
irregular intervals. Like there's big pause. So it might be something slow about this guy. I don't know.
I don't know. I wish it would get off of me so I can take a breather. Alright, let me put shield. Heal. Alright. Ooh.
Oh, it's like
Nice.
throwing balls of bullshit at us.
Yeah, that was a lot of damage it just did me. Okay, I'm dead.
No, you're not.
Yeah, this guy.
Oh, now you're dead. Yeah.
This guy's tough. This guy's tough. Alright.
Pokemon is technically my first turn-based battle in returns to a more traditional RPG. A re-release of Dragon Quest, probably. Or Final Fantasy. Oh, you know, that's a good point. I did play a bunch of Game Boy games, but I don't know if that was before or after Gene Forge.
Gotta do Blood Veil.
There was... I definitely played the two Mario and Luigi RPG. Turn-based RPG. I played that, like, way later after I was more experienced with RPGs.
This will probably be good on him.
One year during Institute years, a friend passed me her game. What is Institute years? Game Boy and dared me to trap a Lugia with a basic Pokeball and Pokemon Crystal. Literally tried the entire afternoon. I did play Pokemon, but I think that was probably after Gene Forge. I don't even know what we did right or wrong against that guy. That's such a confusing fight. It seemed like something is like wonky about how it takes damage. Like, I don't know. High school. Okay. Cause like in other countries, they say university instead of college. Even if like no one goes to a college, really. Like no one in the U.S. ever goes to college. Everyone goes to a university. It'd be very rare if you went to a college, but everyone says college. Whereas in other countries, it's more accurate where they say uni or university. Whereas to my ears, it would sound odd if someone said, I went to university. Not that I wouldn't know what they're saying, but it's just uncommon.
Yeah. I'm so low. I need to heal.
Oops, that's not the one. That's the one. Sorry. This is a very cool looking creature. I wish they'd introduced horrors with this instead of that stupid, like...
Yeah, these bosses have been much cooler looking.
Excuse me. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was another thing, a uni versus whatever. But then you said like Pokemon Crystal. So then that makes me think that you would have been like younger. So I was like, oh, is that preschool in like Chile is institute? Or is now part of like some kind of like program to like train superheroes? Or like train people to be psychic? It's like, yes, at the institute. I was first harnessing my pyrokinesis. I played Pokemon. Way more fun than having magic powers. I fucking hate that shit. God. Sorry to blind everyone. What even happened that he hit me? Like, what actually happened?
Alright. Let's calm down.
All the spells keep on missing. And, like, hitting him seems to do, like, nothing? He must have some kind of resistance to something. Let me look at the wiki. What the hell is this guy called? Lord of Thunder.
While you're looking into that, get all the fresh deeds.
Let's see. Super vulnerable to ice. Okay. 30% extra damage from ice. Funnily enough, the guy... Oh, okay. I got you. She had a working old Game Boy. It was around 2011, 2013. Interdesting. Okay, so this guy's weak to ice. Let's do ice stuff. What the fuck does this do? It's like a shotgun thing. Is that good? I don't think it is, but let's go for it. I don't have any like real good ice powers, do I? I have that Freezing Roar is just like, please murder me. So why don't I just try Frostspike? Yeah. Let's swap those. Because I feel like this is going to be easier to press. And if I'm going over to X, I should be thinking about it harder. Yeah, that's a hard question. What's my favorite like format? It's definitely not Souls-like. And I'm just thinking about other like formats for a game. It's definitely not whatever Dead Rising is. Although I really, really loved the first Dead Rising. And then the second game was like still enjoyable, but not as good as the first one, I think. It's weird when a game gets a sequel and they improve a bunch of stuff, but it's not as good.
So they're vulnerable to ice?
Yeah. So, whatever. My sword does ice damage, but I was doing jack shit to him, so.
Ah, man. Yeah, that's a second. Alright, well.
As it turns out, we actually did the bosses sort of in the right order. Although, I guess we could have started with ice and then done...
Yeah. Just looking to see if I got anything ice-based. But there's nothing I have that's really good that's ice-based. I have, like, Frostspike, which kind of sucks.
Yeah, Dead Rising has a good inventory system for if you have items that are always breaking. Like I think that was a pretty good. It was so big and you could see it without it getting too in the way.
Distress signal is sent.
Although I did really enjoy Dead Rising 2.
I like Dead Rising too.
First one was just better, and then the third one was just it made all these improvements and still was like worse. It's weird how you can just kind of lose the spirit of the original game a little bit, and then still be like, oh yeah, like the second game they were like, yeah, combo weapons is like definitely a thing, and not that
it's very different.
Yeah, they were like, okay, so Frank West had like the camera. Now you're gonna have
Come on. Stop. Hey, I got the Taiji achievement. That's crazy.
congratulations. This guy's too big.
A little bit. Ah, get him away from me. This is bad.
God, that's so annoying. Fucking prancing bullshit.
Right?
So is this another boss where you can just get to his ass and be safe?
It seems like it.
Then they do some kind of weird flip thing that I cannot see because the field of view is not big enough.
So hard to get a place to heal.
Okay, yeah, I don't know how you're supposed to see that.
Oh, man.
And you're gonna beat this guy without getting hurt in order to get the lightning pipe?
I'm like running out of stamina here. Oh god. Just running away from this guy. Here. Take this. Take the shield. Oh no. That was just his first phase?
How is that even... I am so disgruntled with these hitboxes. What? Oh, is he in cool guy mode?
Oh no. Not cool guy mode. The strongest mode ever. Oh god. Oh!
I think maybe the trick is you have to be next to him when he does that whirling thing, because
Well,
I didn't get hit, so...
I want to be away from him now. I'm dead.
No, apparently being next to him does not help.
You gotta be further away. Satisfying. Oh man, this is not good.
I like this. This is kind of cool, but...
Yeah, it's different.
I died.
I died too.
Yeah. I do like floor hazards. I don't really know how you're... You have to unlock, I guess.
Alright, why don't I go...
In my country, we have a word for high school that doesn't have a direct English meaning. The other alternative word is similar to institute. That's why I got back to... Ah, gotcha.
Let's see.
You should just tell people you were an X-Man. This is Xavier Institute. Institute kind of is a term for a school. I mean, like, if you think about the Xavier Institute, a private school would call itself an institute. Or an institution. So it's not it's you're actually like correct. It's just like the word choice makes it sound like you either went to like a very prestigious school or a superhero training site. It's like instead of saying my vocabulary, you say my lexicon. Yes. Yes. Alright, this guy sucks. By the way. I hate having to chase him around to hit him.
Yeah, well, I hate having to lose stamina running away from him.
Fucking come on. That. Oh my god. That reach is retarded.
Yeah,
It's further. He can slap further than I can fucking shoot. He's gonna go boom boom. His face takes extra damage. That's cool to know. Thanks for the shield.
Of course, they just had to put like special effects on him to just make it that much harder. Oh god, I'm gonna die at this rate.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
It's just so hard to get away from him.
Usually specialty schools use Institute. Yeah, probably. Yeah, Dead Rising, by the way, was super, super interesting as a game because it had a unique...
I'm gonna go fix this vestige cooler.
It had a unique mechanic.
Oh, why don't you level up?
Oh, I guess I have a shit ton of haze. It had a unique mechanic that I have not... That perfectly fit a zombie game and that I haven't really seen since. Well, I haven't seen anyone do anything quite as like radical as that. Just like... It's so subtle, but just the art of weaving between zombies is key to beating Dead Rising. Just walking between enemies. And it was so cool. And then in 2, they kind of, I don't know, they kind of made it so that it sometimes just doesn't work for no reason. Where they'll just kind of lunge at you. And I don't know. Then they added like the super smart zombies or strong zombies or whatever. Hmm.
Let's listen to this cinematic piece of storytelling here.
Let me go back and see if I can put together any vestige. Oh, I guess I wouldn't be able to. Now that you mention it, I actually went to a specialty high school that used the word institute in its name. First name was the other word in its name was Xavier. So I could use this, right? And then just keep on bleeding myself. Maybe I should just do that. Use this to fuel my magic instead of just stand still doing that. You still have to get so close to even hit with magic, though. Let's see. Maybe I have some stuff to repair. Probably not, because I didn't like clear the area like you did.
I'm learning the sad, tragic backstory of Valeria.
Thrilling. I'll just...
And I think that was all my vestiges. I think so. I'll
Just-
check, just in case.
Why is she not? Just
Oh no, I do
two
have one more.
big titty bitches hanging out. Actually,
There's still that other vestige core A that I don't. That's me.
Perseus vestige core seems pretty cool. I guess you have to find all the parts of it.
Yeah, I got all of Perseus. I didn't get the one before. I'm listening to Valeria monologue.
So, Cert
Oh, I
was
think he's supposed to be the lightning thing.
Achilles.
I don't know.
He can't be, because
Maybe.
the lightning...
They were showing like a lightning effect around him, so maybe that's just because this game is super special.
Well, he could be. But he looks like one of the dog things that was supposed to be a horror. So maybe.
Well, I'm listening to his mind go insane right now as I walk up these steps. Not much longer, he says. Hearing heavy breathing. Alright, Valeria, what happened to you? Which of these bosses is you? Right. Jack's gonna kill him in this memory?
Just listen to Vamps while we wait for Trisha.
I'm getting the 6th story, man.
I won't be like you, not ever. Oh, you know what we'll do? You know what we'll do, guys? All right, boys. Here we go. Actually, by the way, the only NPC you can out alpha with your tits is fucking Mia. Their itty bitty titty committee position right there. Here we go. Someone said if you don't touch the controller, they go to sleep, but not touching the controller.
Well, let's see how long it takes, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. Just set that down. So I do have like, I have
Ooh,
two.
I'm back at the hub. Interesting.
So I got some stories. So there's a stereotype about Italians. Well, I guess.
Valerio, yes. Tell me about it, Jack. That bastard.
Yeah, so there's a stereotype about Italians that they like using olive oil for stuff, which I guess isn't like a really well-known stereotype, but I know about it because I'm Italian and my relatives are Italian, as they would be. So we were over one of my relatives' house. It's hard to explain how people are related to you when you have like a big family with lots of when you have a big family, it's hard to kind of remember how people are related to you, but I think this is like my grandma's sister's daughter and her husband.
So the only thing I need is like the Pollux core fragment A, which you have, so it has to be like.
Can't be that hard to get if I got it. Is that what you're saying?
Area.
Huh?
You don't remember where it was though.
No, I don't.
You were supposed to look that up.
I did. I have the video. It just won't play.
Okay.
Anyway.
So now I guess I gotta wander around.
What on earth was that breaking in my chair? So yeah, I was over at their house for a party, and I was just kind of like wandering around, you know, eating food or whatever. Oh wait, she is sleeping.
There you go.
Look at that.
Them titties, though.
Yes. How quaint and innocent. So I was kind of floating around from conversation to conversation, and my God, what is she? I guess she's my great aunt. Whatever. Anyway, she's Aunt Roseanne.
And Auntie.
Yeah, she's just you just call them an aunt. It's like I have someone who's like a cousin, but they're old. You know, I have a bunch of cousins that are like really old, like the age of an uncle or an aunt. So I just call them. You just call them an uncle and an aunt, and then you like, you know. Anyway, they were talking about like, it's like, oh yeah, what I use for my hair, like it's like the perfect thing, the magic thing or whatever, olive oil, and like this is before I knew any of these like stereotypes, and I was just like, olive oil in your hair? It's like that's so weird, but they're like, you know, girls talking about girl stuff, so I was like. Scooby-Doo. So I was like, oh yeah, okay, hair stuff, that doesn't interest me. So then I like wandered away to the men talking, and then this guy, he's got like a fancy like old school car. I don't know what you call it, like a 50s type car. It's like, you know, it's all shiny, and he's like, oh yeah, you gotta shine it, you know. And really, the best thing, and he does that thing like he's about to tell you a secret, so he's like talking lower and he's like leaning in. Olive oil. And I was just like, you can't. I was, you know, I was like really little, but I was like, can you really just rub olive oil all over your car? Like, what the fuck?
Oh my gosh. It has so many uses, Adam. You don't understand.
There's actually a shit ton of uses for olive oil, but all discovered by the ancient Romans. But like my aunt, my aunt who's Russian, was like, yes. She's talking about this shampoo that she's created, like a fucking alchemist, and she's like, the ancient Romans, they used olive oil in their hair, and it's perfect. You put it in your hair, it's great shine, and it's like, I mean, I don't.
I bet I missed it in this area. Can't say for sure, but
The Pollux core?
yeah.
That would be in the ice area. Yeah. Do you want me to
Yeah,
help you look?
It's very. Yeah, you can. Let me just kill this guy, and I'll send out a distress signal. Because I didn't really explore this area that much, so it makes sense if I missed it.
And then my aunt went on and was like, and then the other secret ingredient, the Russian ingredient. My grandmother, she told my mother, and my mother told me.
Oh, I see.
Passed down for all the women,
Exactly where I missed
all
it.
the women in my family. Oh, did you find it already?
Yeah, just
Okay.
find this guy. But now I can finally repair that.
Very exciting.
Then I'll have all the vestiges.
Oh yeah, and she was like, an egg yolk was I don't know how she says egg yolk, but yeah, she was like, yeah, you put eggs in your shampoo, and it's like perfect shampoo. It makes your hair look perfect. And I looked at her hair and I was like, it's not good enough for me to be convinced that will help me. Like her hair did not look that good.
You're right.
That I would be like,
Whoa, I'll use whatever.
yeah, let me
she's
put
using.
let me put some eggs, olive oil, whatever else we find in the pantry.
Just put all the food in your hair.
Just as many food products as you can in your hair. But olive oil is a really cheap thing to keep rust off of your weapons if you have swords and stuff. Olive oil does work, and it's cheap. So
I guess.
it works as well as like lard or anything, and it doesn't smell horrible and attract bugs. So
Alright, so what about Flux? Steadfast Strike. Okay, so this is Halberd build.
I don't know. The olive oil. The origin of olive oil, I don't know. I know that they grew olives in Italy. There is a lot of stuff that's like borrowed from the Greeks, but I don't know. It's hard to say what the Greeks borrowed from like all the other.
Meteor Crush. Dude, there's a meteor spell.
What? From what?
This is on Perseus. You still have
Oh,
to
okay.
find the last
So
one.
I gotta go find Perseus stuff.
Yeah.
My distress signal is out. Let's go find that shit.
Gradually restores Ichor in exchange for a decrease in weapon attack by window defense. Oh. That's not too bad. Field of Thirst creates a field that periodically drains Ichor from foes inside it. That's not bad either. This is good. It's good. Perseus is good.
Ow.
Alright, I'm gonna teleport my way over to you.
Yeah, it's hard to say what the Greeks also stole from like all the unimportant Greek states. Like if they stole something from Thrace, who's gonna complain? Or even better, what if they stole it from Carthage? There was some like line in The Witcher that I just thought was so stupid. Like, oh shit, I just immediately died as soon as you start
Wow.
connecting.
Mm.
I'll blame it on the lag that happens once you start connecting. It's your fault.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, there was a line in like The Witcher where they're like, it just causes a cycle of violence. And like, that's not really true. Like, it causes a cycle of violence if you don't eradicate your enemy. But like, Carthage is gone. Like, the Romans and the Carthaginians hated each other for a long time, and now there are no more Carthaginians. Cycle of violence ended. be right back.
I will be like you, not ever. Gotta get Adam away from the enemies. Alright. Are you getting num-nums over there? Yes. Substance.
Anyway, yeah. Speaking of Carthage, Persepolis by Septic Flesh. Great song.
Sweet.
Find it amusing we're both playing anime girls? Well, my intentions were pure. I wanted to stop the clipping from my hair. Trisha's just as deviant.
So, there is one core fragment right here. I'm not sure if you already have it, but if you want to take a look, you may see.
What's Harmonia do?
Harmonia.
Inhibits.
Oh,
Ah, Spooky
that
Boy.
got triggered.
Bully this guy for Icker.
Yeah, this is the bully corner. Alright, so look over here and see if you got that piece already.
I did, yeah.
Alright, cool. So, now we just, I know that one of the pieces is on a tree branch that you have to roll through the branches to get. Which irritating.
Is that in like the first area or?
Let me see.
I think I saw the branch you were talking about.
I think it was over here, but I'm not 100% sure.
I think I saw the branch.
Oh, yeah, that branch right there.
Oh, really?
I think so. You roll through those things, and it's like on the other side.
Oh, yeah. I remember you doing this.
Do you know if you already got it?
No, I didn't get it.
Okay.
Because I can see it blinking. And then I get ambushed, right?
No, you fine. It's really just that one guy that you already killed, I think.
Okay. Percy's core fragment B.
So, how many do you got right now?
I
A,
have
B, or...
just 2, yeah.
Okay.
I gotta beat the mini bosses too. To get their keys and stuff. It's funny, they like incentivize you to have like really low damage so you can get a gazillion backstabs and farm up Icar, but Jesus, the camera's like nauseating me. Alright, where's this spiky ball?
There's another missile over there.
Oh, it's there.
And there's another guy over here if you want to drain him.
Guy over where?
Where I'm facing.
Oh, so there is. I didn't even see him. That did not.
That's not according to that.
You know, now is saying that you look sneaky, but you're using a gigantic mace. But you know, is there anything unsneaky about a gigantic mace? I mean,
You'll never see this coming.
how loud is it to crack someone's skull with a mace as opposed to like stabbing them or something? Ow. He has so much health he can survive suicide bombing himself. They have officially gone too far with leveling up the scaling the characters.
And also another guy over here if you want more drain.
Who doesn't? Where? Oh.
He's just chilling.
Yeah, the whole, like, whenever I see that cycle of violence line, I'm always like, yeah, but the at some point, the best solution to end the cycle of violence is a lot of violence. It's like, oh man, there's this rivalry that's existed forever, and like, they both hate each other, and they won't forget past wrongs. It's like, well, they'll forget them when they're dead. So maybe we found ourselves a solution. I just super armor through that shit, huh? Oh, he's invincible while he's suicide bombing? Cool. It looks so bad from, like, my perspective.
There's another missile.
Yes. Oh, and a vestige.
Nice. Is that the last core?
Yes.
Alright, you can get Meteor Shower.
I think this is the first time I've noticed on the very last, like, core you collect in the game that... Where's the Perseus fragments actually look like they're part of the same picture? I never noticed that before. It's only because that one's such a big picture, I think I saw it. Yeah, it's like... Because at school, there was like a video game class, and there was some stupid video game that was like... It was like a browser game. Your multiplayer session? Oh, you disconnected, I gotcha.
I figured that you should get Meteor Shower and see how good it is.
I figured we'd just beat up the bosses, because like...
Well, I can go back.
I mean, I'm already like right here at the boss, so.
Sure.
It was a. The game was essentially, you click to drop bombs, and when you drop bombs, it's like a Middle East thing, and you kill a bunch of people in the Middle East, and then wherever you shoot the bomb, a bunch of terrorists spawn around it. But then if you don't shoot a bomb, they just spawn terrorists anyway. And so it's like it's a lose-lose situation. Ah, isn't that so like wise that the game creator thought of that? And I was like, that's not true, because if you click fast enough, there are no terrorists. It's just blown up buildings. And they're like, yeah, but that's not, what you're supposed to. It's like, don't tell me what I'm supposed to do with a video game. I played it. Yeah, it's like, and then it's like, it's also really infantile. Like, it assumes that real people respawn, which they do not. Like, you could just kill everyone, and then there's no terrorists.
Whenever you're ready, babe.
Terrorism is a problem that good guys have. Like.
Beat the shit out
of me. Oh, fuck. Me too.
Alright. Well.
Do you not have any Ichor?
I didn't, because I had just came back from the dead. And, like, I used it all for blood shield and shit. I only have 10.
What blood code are you using?
I'm using the Atlas, I think.
Then you have no excuse. Put blood sacrifice on. Put it on.
It wasn't fast enough.
What are you talking about? Look at this. Imagine I had to save you. It's plenty of time. I've done it before where I had to sacrifice health.
How much does blood sacrifice cost to cast?
Nothing. It costs 0. It takes away your health to give yourself Ichor. So I just keep it.
Well, then I would have died anyway.
They were
beating me up.
No, they weren't.
But they weren't.
No, they weren't, because they were both on my screen and they killed me.
There were 3 of them, Adam.
I killed one, and 2 of them were beating me up.
Well, they were beating me up after.
After I died.
Oh,
Like
okay.
you had time.
Shut up.
No.
I don't see blood sacrifice. What does it look like?
Was I canceled at school for saying that? No.
Adam,
What?
what does blood sacrifice look like? I didn't see it.
It's this thing right here on the side, on the right side of the D-pad. See?
I don't think I have that.
See,
What
big
blood code is it from?
a big flaw with this game is I do not know. Like, it doesn't tell you. It just says blood sacrifice. And then the description.
Okay.
I think it's from EOS, though. No, it's not. You get it pretty early on. It's from the assassin. Or hunter, sorry. From Kevin the Hunter.
Kevin. I don't have enough. It needs NJ109.
Yeah, there's no real... There's no real canceling it. I don't know. At like a school like that. What are they gonna do? The only person I ever saw get canceled was there was Hmm. Let me go get the blood code then.
Alrighty.
Although I will need some haze, so I guess I'll go try and grab my...
Check out that meteor shower shroud. Actually, I can go check it out right now, too.
Ooh. The only person I ever saw get canceled, he got in trouble initially. Oh wow, there's no guards for this fight. You can just go right in. You don't have to fight a billion things to get in. He got into an argument with someone who was like, you know, being very nasty to him, and then his like sick comeback was they were like the head of the Jewish club or something, and he said like, oh, you should read Mein Kampf. It's like a pretty good book or something like that. What the hell? Cannot move. It's taking my inputs because it's switching from controller to mouse or whatever. So I guess I'll just Alt F4 and pop it open again. See how that goes. No, they were still canceling at the time. But he didn't get canceled for that. That made people not like him enough to like try and find something. So like he was texting a girl who was like in a relationship, and he was like, I don't know, he's just a kind of a weird simp guy. He was like, oh, I'm like fine with being a friend, but like I think your boyfriend's bad for you and you should like break up with him or something. But I would never break up with someone. I would never break someone up because that's dishonorable or whatever.
Meteor shower sucks.
Mom. This is a bummer.
Yeah, it's terrible, especially for the class. I don't know. Maybe it wants you to use it a different way, but yeah.
So anyway, that guy's friends didn't like him, or that girl's friends didn't like him for like whatever reason. And so I just like stay here. Can I just like die closer to the door so I can pick up my stuff? And then what happened after that? So then her friends convinced her to tell him to stop texting her. She was a weirdo too. She like really liked him, but I don't, whatever. It's just like, there's a certain type of girl that'll be like really into a guy who's like into her while she's in a relationship and just really enjoy them like simping for him, but then not, you know, want to actually be with them. Just like super toxic. But then she told him to stop talking to him, and then he's like super honorable or whatever, and was like, okay, yes, I won't. And then a couple months later, they convinced her to report him for being creepy for hitting on her while she was in a relationship, I guess. Probably because, I don't know, I guess they didn't like him, and then they did that, and then he he was reported for he was reported for stalking because like he didn't stalk anyone, but so I went to like it's called Title IX. It's a really really horrible program, but so I went to the Title IX office and I was like, what's the deal with this? Like, you know, like to like, you know, vouch for his character or whatever. Because he definitely wasn't like, I don't know. Oh, I already have it unlocked. Got it. Frostwave. That's cool. So I talked to them and then I was like, so what's this about like stalking? And then she was like, oh, well the legal definition of stalking is following someone and making them uncomfortable, but we just take away that one part of the definition because we can do that. And I was like, what the fuck do you mean? You can't just like, it's not stalking, that's just making someone uncomfortable. That's just, but so then it was so she was defining it as stalking despite it not actually being stalking, and I was like, that isn't stalking. And she's like, oh well, you know, most people don't know this, but you know, you can just use one of the things. I was like, no you can't. That's not stalking. That's just making someone uncomfortable. And then she, you know, I mean, what are you gonna do when someone just like looks you in the eye and says, no, you're wrong? Like, there's only one thing anyone has ever done when I do that, and that's pretend that I didn't say anything and just try to move on. Which is what she did. Which is honestly uncounterable. What are you gonna do? Oh, that's actually decently fast, so that's actually okay. It's like 6,000 damage instead of like 8, and it's like, no, it's kind of slow. Oh, maybe it's better if I'm further away? So, anyway, he was like, what kind of weapons can this even use? So anyway, he oh right, that's not gonna give me more ichor. So anyway, he just kept on like running afoul of a certain type of person, whatever. Blonde hair, blue eyes, kind of how that happens. And then he was fed up with, like, he was like really prone to stress, this guy, so he'd like, it's not trichotillomania or whatever it is where you pull out your hair. It's that, but he didn't pull out his hair, he twisted it. He kept on twisting his hair, so it formed this big dreadlock on the side of his head because we're picking at his hair. So then he like was fed up with it, so then he was like, well, you know what, I'm gonna report you for stalking because you're bothering me, like, by calling me into the meetings all the time to talk about, like, you know, bullshit. And then they what the hell does this do? It just makes a ring? God, the cooldown is killing me. Oh, that's fast. That ice power there? That's pretty nice. I have no idea what I just did. So what does this do? Field of Thirst.
That, it drains ichor from, like, that.
Okay, so that's
good.
That's crazy good, so...
And it costs barely nothing, you know?
So anyway, the result of that was she just abused her power to report him... to have him banned from all liberal arts colleges in the country, because all the liberal arts colleges have that Title IX thing. So basically, the point of Title IX is so you can convict someone without them having committed any crimes, Because to convict someone of an actual crime, you need evidence, but you don't need any evidence for Title IX. You just need to have a gut feeling. So last I heard, he said he was either going to kill himself or go to seminary school to become a priest or something.
Oh boy.
Oh, I did not change it to live chat. That is a good point. Yeah, I mean, that guy was always a little dramatic. It's not... I don't know. Yeah, I think going to a liberal arts school at all is a huge mistake, honestly. But yeah, like really bad stuff can happen. But I was never quiet about anything. Oh, this is just another really good power. Ichor regeneration. Wait a second. So what is this? What does this blood code do? Willpower and mind, like jacked up to 1,000,000. But it can't use this. This is strength D. Well, actually, if I boost strength and dexterity, what do you need? You need dexterity C plus. Dexterity C, so I just boost dexterity one more time. Except I don't have anything to do that. Let me see. Actually, before I do that, what is this dark? Dark is 1298. Let me see. Oh, so it's more than the queen. And it has the same amount of ichor. Okay, so that's worth trying to get some thing. Yeah, sorry to bum anyone out with that story. Hopefully that guy ended up okay. I actually don't have his like phone number anymore, so I couldn't actually like check up on him. I was thinking about him the other day though. He bought my book.
Aww.
Yeah, he did it. He did a detailed... Let me look him up on Instagram, see if I can find him. New follower. Very exciting. Let's see. He has a very, like... It's a very distinctive name. Apparently not. There's a bunch of his name. Yeah, but he was real weird and like pretty easily got on people's nerves about stuff. But he read my whole book and wanted to have a detailed discussion on every single story. And yeah, he was positive that I was self-inserting for 3 a.m. He was like positive that I was like writing myself. I was like,
you came in.
It's like, I am not literally trash. I do not self-insert into stories. No. He was a nice guy. Oh, hey, I can unlock this for sure. Alright. So that's probably not the best dexterity up passive I could be using, but it will suffice. Dexy Wexy. This one, right. And then my favorite thing there, and then... What is this, gift speed? That's only if you're focused. I don't know, is that good? Or... No, it's better to do that. Okay. Look at that, now I can use the weapon I was using before. And what's the difference? Like, I mean, I guess the difference in stats is not... It's not that significant. So I guess, well, actually here, what's this? 608. Okay, so that is a huge difference in damage, but
I won't be like you.
if I use Firestorm, 2, 3, 3, 7. Wait, why is it more on Queen? Shouldn't this be less? What is it scale with? Spells with willpower. And then this has higher stats on willpower. Don't get it. 2, 3, 3, 7. Am I stupid? No, that's more. Why is that more damage? Doesn't make any sense. Oh, do I have different passives? Oh, does this actually make a big difference on gifts? Oh! That's actually a lot. Okay, good to know. Let me swap this out. Okay. That's 500 damage? I had no idea that was that good. Alright. So this guy's vulnerable to lightning. I have like no lightning powers. That's yeah, it was lightning, right? No, it's ice. It's ice. What am I talking about? So that's really good, because that's fast, and it only costs 5? Okay, so then... Okay, let me do this in order of which is the most risky. So the most risky is definitely... Yeah, and sorry to bum anyone out with that story. I think I will try and, like, track that guy down. Oh, I can't use the ice thing yet. I don't have it unlocked. Right? Ugh, God, there's, like, no progress on it. Who cares? I guess I care.
So, what's the verdict?
This is a really good blood code. It does the most damage.
I knew that you would enjoy it.
Yeah, it does a lot of damage.
Yeah, that's so quick too.
Yeah, so Meteor is not terrible, but... Okay, let's test...
it costs a lot.
Let's
That's
test
the
how much
thing
this
that
does.
really got me.
Oh, look at the Ichor gain.
Yeah, that's pretty good. If you can get the boss, like, still, it's not too bad.
Yeah, the boss doesn't move that much.
Yeah.
And then this one's supposed to
Big fat
regenerate...
body, so.
It's supposed to regenerate Ichor at the cost of your weapon damage.
Well, that's perfect for you. All you want is Ichor.
So if I just keep on casting gifts...
Let's go, baby.
I can just turn that on and then just start gaining Ichor.
Yeah.
And then just dodge. I mean, that boss is so annoying to try and melee anyway.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well. I go melee, you go full Ichor build.
So can I just dash around throwing these two things at them? I won't have enough. So let me put this skull thing here. What's it? There it is. Once again, I don't write DCYA novels. Yeah, well, I'm glad it was an interesting story, at least. I mean, like whenever anybody asked, I told them exactly what happened. Like I didn't sugarcoat anything, and like they can come. Like I was always like, yeah, I told the story exactly how it happened. I was like, yeah, they abused their power. He made them mad, and then they abused their power to like do whatever. Like there was a teacher who was like concerned about him. Was like, I haven't seen him around, and she was very sweet, and I like told her exactly what happened. Just like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, sorry to be the bearer of bad news. And she's like, no, it's what happens sometimes.
Right.
It's like, sorry, man. Sorry, woman. Sorry, whoa, whoa, man. Oh, okay, yeah. I have like a sort of weird nostalgia for having the ice power on Y, even though yeah.
No big.
Just, yeah. Okay, that's perfect. Now I gotta put on Save You power. Restorative Offering, and then I gotta put on Blood Sacrifice, because I am a responsible blood-sacking...
I can't get it.
Blood-sacking sacker.
You want to put anything on that last one?
I usually don't put anything on the D-pad,
Okay.
but... if I can get the hand... No, I can't get the hand in the thing. By the way, that guy was sort of suicidal, but also he was going to a liberal arts school while being white. So as soon as he's out of school, I'm sure he would be doing better. So I think he's probably fine. He was big into Christianity and stuff, and like whenever people that are like big into that are having some real crisis, I just feel bad for the money that got wasted going to a school that would, fuck you over.
Yeah. Really deserved.
But yeah.
You wanna come over to my world? Come to Dan Fanland?
Sure. It's a little unfortunate because there was a girl who was just a whore and had sex with someone that was not her boyfriend, and then in order to get out of trouble with her boyfriend, said
that she was raped.
He said it was rape, yeah.
Damn.
And then they put him through like hell, and she suffered basically no consequence.
That is some shit.
No consequence from the school. God, I don't know.
Did he like sue or something?
He almost died because he was stressed out from the situation, and he had some kind of intestinal disorder that he didn't really understand.
Oh my gosh.
Like, he didn't really understand what that meant, but it meant that he is going to get dehydrated in stressful situations, and he didn't understand that because it was something that he was kind of diagnosed with when he was little and just didn't pay attention to. And then he was like sleeping on the floor, and then he was unresponsive in the morning, so they had to take him to the hospital, and he had some kind of damage where he needed like physical therapy to walk or whatever for after it. And they sued the school and the girl, and the judge threw out the case, but that usually just means you have to refile, but there were no news reports covering it after that, so either nothing happened or it's just boring legal stuff, and the sensationalism was kind of done, so it just didn't get covered, which is probably more likely, honestly.
Oh god.
That is such fucking garbage that I got hit all the way back there. Fucking...
Oh come on! It barely clipped me.
Did you hit them or did I hit them? I did.
Fuck those.
I did dick all for damage. My God. The only spell I can even trust is fucking. Oh my God.
It's so slow, I can't even tell, like, when he's fucking hitting.
You're fine. Oh, that big delay, that's what you're talking about? Okay. I'm getting hit because he sweeps the universe every time he attacks.
Yes.
And if you hit those stupid wings, it does, like, dick for damage.
Ooh. His body is not cooperating with this camera.
And essentially, he would have just
Damn
been...
it. My stupid fucking D-pad.
Yeah, the only reason he wasn't, like, just convicted through... Like, the only reason that the he was exonerated was because someone recorded their conversation with her, like, leading her on to get her to confess. And she was like, oh, yeah, I feel so bad. It's like, yeah, not as bad as he fucking feels.
Yeah, right.
Telling all of his friends that he's a rapist. Whoa. Ah.
Oh, what the fuck?
Okay. This is an interesting spell I've just gotten.
I am crazy running out of stamina. I like roll once and I'm out of it. Ooh.
I can't even... I can't even hit him. Like...
Not even with your spells?
Yeah, no, I can. It's just like...
Eh. Oh god. This guy's hard. Ooh.
But it's just like... the thing that was more concerning than that incident
So fucking big.
was...
Shit.
was just like how... was how the school reacted to that incident. Which was to say, they just pretend it didn't happen. So, like, someone was talking about how, like, I was in a class, which is an English class, about ghosts, by the way, and the teacher just literally, like every teacher at that school, couldn't talk about anything that wasn't, like, you know, this stuff, so... We're just like,
I'm gonna die.
you know, we're like talking about whatever, and this girl's like, well, women shouldn't be expected to be able to remember what happened, or like give testimony about like being raped because it's traumatic, and then you
That's so terrible.
you lose your memory, so you shouldn't be sorry, he hit me in the middle of me casting the save spell.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't have to remember what happened or give accurate testimony. It's like, you know, in court they poke holes in your story if there's like some inaccuracy, and it's like, yeah. Because that's what you...
Because it's an indication that you may be lying.
It just like, yeah, you have to have facts about what happened. Like, you can't just like not even remember it at all. Like, you can't just like, how do you even report a crime that you don't even have a memory of?
Yeah, it's
Like, you don't
he stabbed me. Where did he stab you?
It's
I
like,
don't know. Just like stabbed me or something.
he stole what? I don't know.
Saw something.
Stole something. It's like, well, convicted. So, and then I was like, you know, considering the school's like history with like, you know, rape convictions, like that case that was like really like disturbing, like last semester, no reaction, like just deadpan, no one responded to it. I made eye contact with like everybody. No, nothing. Just don't know, pretend it didn't happen, I guess. Which is, like, fair. Why acknowledge something that would disprove your own point? So just, like, you know. But, you know.
Oh man, that does so much damage. I don't even know what that attack is, or why it does so much damage to me.
On the more amusing side, I was friends... Oh, fucking damn it. I was friends with a girl who got reported to Title IX for...
I have never seen a boss take so long to land.
Well, welcome to Skyrim.
What was that sniper shot?
Oh, I should have dodged that. I was just like...
Hang on. Ooh, I'm coming over. Ooh.
No rush. Oh, I died.
How?
Uh,
It's on me.
I understand. The
Oh
the
my
reach,
God.
you don't understand how far those wings reach. Like, this arena is not big enough. Like, the range
I know
of...
this room is not big enough, but
The range of attack just isn't far enough to get out of those fucking wings. Like, ugh, God. Yeah. Anyway, a friend of mine at school, she got like in trouble for like rape or something because you're punished. Like, if you know about rape and you don't report it, you're also in trouble for rape or something. So she was talking to her friend who wanted to get back at her for something, and she said like she
she knew about it.
was like not in the mood or something like that or whatever. This was like close to when I was like graduating, so at that point it was like really ramped up. So it was like if you're not in the mood or you feel bad about it or something like that, then it's also, you know. But she got out of it easily enough. Like, she just like, but she had to go to a bunch of meetings about it, which it was the point. They just wanted to bother her. But I think she only got out of it because the person who reported her did the unreportee without getting in trouble thing. Made her go to like 3-hour-long meetings about raping herself, and then wait a second. Oh, that does hit for a
Way
chunky.
too much.
Ah. I would love if this boss could have reach that was less than a football field. It's so crazy. Like, you don't even know how far those wings go. Like, I'm like just about as far as spells will reach in this game, and it's like,
Oh my god.
you're good.
Even with the fucking bubble that like does all my health. A projectile should not do that much.
I think that projectile is like fine, like, because it's this whole event where he's running around in circles getting ready to shoot the one projectile you got to watch out for. So that's like fine, but the real problem is how far forward and behind him his wings reach. Like, the weird pattern I'm even okay with, but, like, just how far behind him and, like, in front of him the wings go is crazy. Like, oh, that almost, like, hit me. It's so far-reaching.
Whoa. Alright. Let's go 10. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm dead too.
That projectile is fucking crazy. You should not do all your health.
Oh, still haven't gone with that emoji idea for the video number. That's a fair idea. I forgot about that. Oh man, I remember Skyrim. It was so fun when you like made a dragon crash land, but the unfun part was the hundreds of arrows you have to shoot at nothing, like trying to lead the shot. Ugh. They should have given you like a ton of bullet magnetism for those dragons, just so you can hit them. So this is a cool blood code anyway. This boss is terrible. I hate this boss so much.
It's also laggy, just like all the other bosses, so that doesn't help.
Yeah, I just don't... I don't know. Who are they thinking with those wing attacks?
Why does the projectile do more than his big paw swiping at you?
I mean, I'm fine with the projectile doing like an ass ton of damage because it's a whole event where he's like, you know, like it's this whole thing where he's like running around in circles and that's like his big thing,
that's
right?
Like also the only opportunity you have to heal. And
Right.
You can't stand still because it like
Yeah.
follows you.
But his just regular attacks being stupid is very annoying.
Oh my god. The fucking stun is insane.
It's super short range. Is there some way of stopping
he pushed
him?
me into it! The bastard! Can't even see what part of him is hitting me. I'm so
Right, because
zoomed into his body.
because he's too big. Like
Yes.
when he does that flip thing, it's really impossible to see how it gets broadcast. Oh, jeez. Right. So in front of him isn't safe, but also behind him isn't safe. So it's kind of, I don't know. It felt like the fire guy. Oh. I like that attack. Where he like puts the lightning on the ground. Ugh.
God. Those suck. I think so far out of all the bosses, the Fire Knight guy has been my favorite. I mean, like in the DLC.
Yeah. The ice one was certainly, it was fun to win against the ice one, but I think you're right, the fire one is probably the best so far. I mean, this is the last one, so this is just the best. Man, he's not in my ring.
Whoa. Oh god. Oh Oh god, I don't have nearly enough health to deal with this.
Well, you can try again. Oh. I got pooped on.
I see.
The last Eva movie was named Evangelion 3+1. The name. Evangelion 3+1. That's like. I thought Final Fantasy X-2 was weird. 3+1 is definitely fucked. What if they made a sequel to X-2 and it was like X-2-2?
Doing something different? I don't even know.
I have no idea what the... If there's a trick to this boss, I have no idea. This guy is just goofy. Yeah. I think if I pace myself out differently, it would be better. You know what? I need to unlock that one power.
Which one?
Like the long distance. I need more high costing spells, I think. I think if I... Yeah, we'll do another attempt and then I'll try to buy some spells. Oh, he went down for a second.
Yeah, that was me. Ah! I don't know how, but whatever.
I hate how far back the winds swing.
I'm gonna run away? Okay.
Oh.
Or not.
You're up. But I'm down. Thank you.
Oh my god.
It's alright.
I dodged through it though. It's just like, sometimes it's like, nope, still got clipped.
His health though, huh? Not bad.
It's about the same that we've always gotten.
I don't know. I feel like I was doing okay. Let me see if I can.
Consistently gotten in half down.
But I feel like I'm doing better at getting damage on him. Let me see. Oh god, yeah. The Kingdom Final Fantasy X2 is weird. Haven't you seen the Kingdom Hearts names? Yeah, Birth by Sleep sounds cool, and then there's like, what is it, 357 like half whatever, like there's like a fraction. Let me see. Max out proficiency. Costs 15.
You have 12.
I have 12.
Yeah. Now you got more than me. I only got 11.
How do we figure out... Oh. You wanna farm it with me? Misty Ruins?
Sure. I will farm with you. Can we do the depths together though?
Yeah.
Teleport.
I think... Wait, is it Misty? Yeah, I guess it was Misty Ruins. One of the... Wait, no, not Misty Ruins.
Bow.
One of the bosses will drop... Zero District. The boss in Zero District, I think, drops the awake thing when you beat him.
Okay.
The thing is, I think the one like, well, no, there's probably many things, but one of the like nerdy things that triggers me is when someone's like, huh, another Final Fantasy game? How many sequels can they make? Like, isn't the story over by now? It's like, shut the fuck, it's so stupid. So dumb. Hasn't Zelda found the Master Sword yet? Stupid.
This guy.
Ha.
Oops. Did a little spin at the end.
I feel like this guy is not... Oh. Not... Oh, that is not the D-pad direction. This guy's not nearly as
Cancers.
vulnerable to ice, I was going to say. But yes, also true facts.
The teleporting thing.
I was hoping I could farm Iker while he's, like, there. Fooey. Well.
Don't want that.
Oh, you.
Yeah.
God damn it. Oh, shit, I died.
Gotcha. There we go.
Pop, pop, pop. Alright. Give me the stuff. Cool.
Sweet.
Just gotta beat that guy like,
50 more times?
yeah, kind of. Like 2 more times.
Okay. Worst from Wally.
That guy doesn't seem to be vulnerable to ice even slightly. Maybe I will grab something different. The rest of these seem fine, actually, yeah. Let's do... I can't send a distress signal? What do I gotta... Now can I send a distress signal? Okay. I think he's respawned now. Yep. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
What's that?
Someone was like, or Adam Bartolome was like, that fire spell you had before not working. It's like, yeah, that's right, I do have a fucking really good fire spell.
Oh, yeah.
Give me that.
It's good stuff.
Do it like that. Makes me happier. Alright.
Ah, yes.
I shouldn't have wasted that. just stay in that circle. Oh. Stay in the circle. Good. Good boy. Oy, oy.
Oops. Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck?
Ah!
Thought I was spam dodging well enough. What?
Man. That's
Dicks.
embarrassing.
There is a no, yeah. We have, there is a continuation to Final Fantasy X2. It's just called like the last Final Fantasy X2 : Last Mission or something. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I have like the collectors or something of that game. I have like the definitive Steam edition or whatever, like HD.
You're right.
Me and Trisha were playing it.
We gotta finish it
We do.
at some point.
Yeah, Trisha was like, "Oh, we should stream that." And I was like, "Oh, would you really want to play that?" And then she was like, oh, "I'd want to watch you play it." And I was like, "All right, let's play Codeman." Ow. No. Bad.
Bad for you.
Oh, I thought I could just not pay attention.
Yeah, you thought it
Alright, I'm calling Yakumo.
Ah.
We're supposed to be farming. It's far too difficult.
Aren't there like normal enemies that also drop it?
Yeah, there's a chance they'll drop it. And there's a boss like a mile into this mission that'll drop it, but I don't remember which direction he even is, so let's call Big
Big titty?
Titty Bitches. Okay. Man, how mad writing Big Titty Bitches on the what you want from Santa Claus thing was really exciting. I think more exciting than writing more things on that board was just not getting caught and having them like really want to know who did it. Yeah, this fire tornado is definitely a keeper. The ice thing is actually really nice because it tracks super, super well. That shit would be banned in PvP.
Just like how they're banning everything else in Elden Ring.
Being honest, I really liked the Spice Girls game combat mechanics. What on earth is that sentence? There's this Spice Girls, like... Not gonna lie, no fucking idea who the Spice Girls are.
What?
I've heard of them. And I know that people...
Spice up your life, dude.
And I know people, like, say Spice Girls. I'm assuming that they're, like, a Hannah Montana...
They're a girl band. Or whatever.
Are they, like, a real band, or is it, like, from a movie?
Well, they had a movie, but they make real songs.
Oh, dicks. Wow, I got so much healing. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Ah,
Stop dying.
why don't you stop dying?
Really?
You should have just let the AI heal me. write, oh, hose on the board. I was like, what kind of farming tool is a big titty bitch? Just write hose on the board and say you meant the farming tool. Yes, they're real. How do you know they're real? So there's like there's different personalities or something. Like there's different Spice Girls, and people will say, oh, I'm like Ginger Spice, or I'm like Paprika Spice. That's the extent of my knowledge on the Spice Girls.
Let me see. Sporty Spice.
Sporty Spice? What kind of spice is sports?
It's not real spices. It's
Yeah, but
just like describing their
that's like the
personalities.
Backstreet Boys going by like Jeff or something instead of specific streets. You know how retarded that is?
Deaded?
Are you already deaded?
That was like a thing with those types of group bands. Is like you sell each personality.
Right. But then you gotta name them after, like, you know, thematic things. Right? I mean, like, all the Backstreet Boys are named after streets, aren't they? It only makes sense. And, like, the Jonas Brothers are named after...
Jonas's.
Yeah, they're brothers. You know. Okay. Much smoother that time. He decided to attack me less, is the difference.
Yep.
That was really an optimal strategy. There's no Posh Spice? And Posh isn't a spice.
You know, the only thing I remember from the Spice Girls movie is that they had, like, this really big tour bus or something, and then, like, divided into rooms, and each room was, like, decorated based on their personality. And, like, me and my sister who were watching the movie would, like, try to judge which room was, like, the coolest.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Okay. The next time I want to get another skill unlocked, we have to go murder the fucking dude 1,000,000 times.
Yeah, apparently.
Alright. It's cool.
Which skill should I unlock with my fat stacks? I guess this, since it's like a halberd.
Oh, that one gains health? I don't know. Is that actually good?
I don't know, I guess we'll find out.
I can show you what the attack looks like, and it's not exactly the most like...
Yeah, it doesn't look fantastic, but...
You know, there's a blood code you got for pre-ordering that you can use Cheat Engine to add to yourself. It just has like 2 redundant abilities that you can already get in the regular game, apparently. Not the exact version of it, but, you know. Alright, so... Yeah, let me... Baba Yaga's Gaze, and then
This stands for sure.
Frostbite. No, it's not worth it. I was gonna add the other thing where you can throw the thing that gains you like 10, but it's just not worth it. It never
Never works.
never.
Once you cut it, it's not gonna break in the refrigerator.
Alright, I guess I'll put that stick in the hole.
Yeah, it's just like that at Whole Foods. Usually Whole Foods is like, usually it's really good.
Now, to be fair, I haven't really played through Final Fantasy X2. However, I must say, it seems like some kind of horrible violation of the original Final Fantasy. Because, like, I don't know, it's just like,
If you can return something like that, because it's not, I mean,
it's like, man, I really like this, like, plot line with Sin and Oron and stuff, and it's like, what if we turn it into literally, like, just a girl pop band?
or try and then call it a day.
I just got my fancy Baba Yaga's gaze.
Oh yeah, real fancy, real good stuff.
Probably just die trying to use it, but you know.
Oh, I know how it is. This guy is. He looks cool, other than that. He seems like he should have been the final boss.
Hate that. I hate that cool guy mode that just makes him take no damage. And then the wings, if you hit the wings, it does nothing. Thank you.
Anything for you, babe.
God, I hate that. The wings are so fucking big and they negate like all damage.
Alright, there we go.
You're up. I cannot see. Right.
Oh my god. Okay, take the shield. Use it wisely.
Fucky wucky. Ah, I hate that. So disorienting. Christ. Can that chase him down? No.
Oof. Did you get disconnected?
Yeah. Well, I started, bit of a spoiler, but none of the protagonists really sing until the second half of the game. But in the opening trailer, like the opening cutscene, Yuna became a pop singer and is like singing in the Blitzball arena, and that's almost like what you would do to the game if you hated the people who originally made and played the game and enjoyed it, and you wanted to like spite them.
This is what you get, nerds.
So, okay, so I got disconnected from Steam. Why? My computer's not disconnected from Steam. Steam is not offline. Was it Tuesday?
Still like on the internet, right?
Yeah, I'm on the internet. I think Steam does like maintenance on certain days or something. Okay, and now it's back. I'm sure Final Fantasy X2. Well, I'm not sure. It could be good. I'm sure. Like, you know, I said I'm sure again, but you know what I mean. It could be good, but I haven't really played it too much. I know someone was talking about like some kind of complex RPG elements where you can like plan out your attacks and stuff. You can like program people to just play the game by itself or something. Oh, it's a person disguised as Yuna in the opening? Well, then how come she wears... Yeah, but then Yuna still wears that outfit. I like how Io just knew where to stand. Also, her boobs are affected by the wind physics.
Yeah.
They're being blasted around.
Strong winds, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. Man, his computer is a proper heater, I must say.
All right. Ready to get clipped by wings?
Hell yeah. Let's get clipped by those wings.
Oh, what the fuck? I'm gonna need a minute. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay. So... hate that. You should be able to punish that stupid run around the arena thing. Like, there should be some kind of counterplay to it.
I don't know what it wants me to do. Oops. It really goes after you. It's so hard to get away. Oh god. How many times do I have to fucking heal and die and...
Oh, I died.
Great. I'm super unclear what we're supposed to do in this.
I died again.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do. What am I supposed to do? He just runs around and everywhere I get attacked.
There's like lightning in every part of the stage.
Yeah.
I mean, I was standing on the outside and it was relatively easy, but Like when he's coming by and you attack him, there's no like special thing that happens. He doesn't like suddenly collapse and then or stop this thing. It's just it's hard to punish him for this like stupid attack, but it feels like something that you should be able to punish
Right.
because it's so dumb.
It is quite dumb.
It's a magic disguise that other person could do by stealing Yuna's battle outfit changer. Some weird shit. Oh, Jesus. That's I heard that there was many outfits you would have in that game. Remember we went on that like double date with that couple that was like really into Final Fantasy and they were talking about all the Final Fantasy games?
I don't remember.
Yeah. That's why I'm the memory of this operation. Just got like unlucky with my RNG this round. Would I be being picky if I thought maybe that projectile shouldn't do a gazillion damage and also create like a
Stun.
area effect thing? Because like I feel like
I feel like that projectile is pure bullshit.
because like creating a really dangerous area effect might be more exciting, perhaps.
The goddamn wings. Well, I thought he was on you. This is. I don't like this boss. This boss fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Boss blows.
You don't have to be a whiner, but this guy kind of sucks a bag of donkey dicks, huh? I don't know why I cast
It's
that.
just
That's
not balanced at all.
ah,
God,
damn it.
fucking. I can't even dodge past the area effect that it leaves. It just like traps you in there.
I don't know if I'm ever safe to heal.
No.
Now he's on you, so I'm gonna give it a shot. You're fine. I'm not.
You're fine.
I managed to spike him for a fat amount of damage there. Oh. You're up. Oh. He nibbled me.
Wow.
Oh, okay. Oh. He goes faster and faster?
As I was hitting it to res you, he just like
Stunned
fucking
you.
got me with a projectile.
I think when he does the lightning all in the middle of the stage, you should be on the outside, but I mean, I got killed, so I got killed before you did, so maybe I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
I don't know. I just stayed in the middle. But even when you're in the middle, it's like he'll still throw those stupid fucking crazy projectiles at you.
He threw like the first couple at me, and I just managed to dodge him, but he shot them like pretty point blank. Or not point blank, but like pretty close to me. It was a little tricky, but not too bad. What was my other story? I had two stories. Oh, yeah. Story time, folks. So, my neighbors moved when I was younger. And we went to visit them. And they lived out in the country. And When I was younger, I was definitely like a fatty. I mean, still a little chunky, but you know. I think so. So I went to go play with like the kid that was like my age of my neighbors. Not that we were like friends or anything. It was really my mom was like friends with them, you know. So we went to go. I went to go play with the kid that was like my age or whatever, and he had his friends from like the area over from after they moved. And he like didn't like me, probably because it was like a pretty, I think, pretty like standard. It's just like people don't generally, or like kids don't generally like the fat kid or whatever. I think kids are a lot more in tune to like spending time with people that are nice looking, I think. But it didn't really bother me. But anyway, he didn't want me to come into his playhouse. He like was mad that I was nearby. Just like hated me for like no reason, but kind of when there's no reason, it's kind of, you know, you look punchable, like you have a punchable face, and they're like don't want you around. So I was, you know, I was like kind of like fine with that, right? You know. But then he threw an empty can of like a Coke can at my head. And the corner of the Coke can cracked into the top of my head. And it made me very, very grumpy. Oh shit, that is not the button. I was trying to hit them when he went past. Yes, it made me quite disgruntled, I will say. Contusions to the top of my head is the cause of most of my violence in my life. Damn it.
Got attacker. What's attacker for?
Probably attacking,
Wow.
if I had to guess.
Like, I think it's something like attack 5 times
Oh, I'm
without taking damage.
Can't imagine getting 5 attacks off with this fucking guy. No, my mom was friends with the mother, and so she wasn't friends with the kid, obviously. She was friends with the mom, and like it was like the husband was I guess it's a more interesting story than I leave it to be. The dad was a cop, and then he got hit by a car while he was like setting up some kind of event thing, and so it like fucked up his leg too bad. So it was like, you know, he could like walk around fine, but like not, he couldn't run, you know, he couldn't, so he had to retire. And so he got like this big like thing or whatever, big like pension. So they sold their house in like the high tax area and bought a house out in the country, and then suddenly we're like super rich because they're swapping for, you know. So anyway, I get hit in the top of the head with the corner of that can, which is quite hard. And the thing about being a fat kid is you are immensely stronger than other non-fat kids, because you have to lift your own fat ass all the time. So I turned around, pretty, like, I was pretty mad, but not like, you know, I wasn't going to show the satisfaction of, like, showing that he made me mad by doing that. But I was going to get even. So I turned around and pretty matter-of-factly stomped on one of the boards supporting the treehouse very hard and cracked it immediately, and then stomped on it again and snapped it. And then the treehouse began to fall over. It wasn't really a treehouse. It was just like a fort. I don't know. It's made out of wood. It's like just kind of like a house on stilts, but obviously like, you know, a little bit less intricate. So, yeah, anyway, basically I just demolished his treehouse. He was screaming. I had to get out of the treehouse. Him and his friend quickly evacuate before their doom. And then they made the very wise decision to run. Because I could never catch them, being a fat fuck. However, I could break them with my bare hands. Much like I broke his treehouse. I could easily destroy his mortal form. With my big fat hands. I could just slap either side of his head and smash his brain. Just like squish him.
I believe you.
Yeah, Pumped Up Kick started playing.
Oh, they get the kids.
It is, that is a rare...
I'm gonna stop, actually.
Oh, Trish's given up.
I'm not having fun.
Okay, fair enough. Anyway, yeah, it was an immensely... I'm trapped. Immensely satisfying to suffer a wrong from someone hiding inside their fort and then just demolish it with my bare hands. Just walked over, stomped on it, smash, starts to fall over, like running out in a panic. And then he was like, what's wrong with you? And I was like, well, maybe you shouldn't throw things at people. And he was like ran away. Then he went to his mom and like was like, oh, you like broke her tree for it. And it was like, that's not what happened. And then his mom was like, okay, shh, like, you know, don't worry about it. It's fine. Like, go away, kid. Like, and like I wasn't really bothered by it, but his mother was quite disturbed to hear about. It's weird. Quite disturbed to hear about her kid throwing a thing at someone. So I wasn't gonna say anything. I was perfectly satisfied with the outcome. I wasn't gonna be, tattling to make it even more of overkill. But then he basically just got himself. He got himself in mortal trouble, and then got himself in moral trouble by just like telling his mom, and then me very like calmly and matter-of-factly being, well, he hit me in the head with this metal can. And so, to get him to stop, I destroyed his fort. And, yeah. So I got fucked up. It was very satisfying. And then I went back to playing on my Game Boy. I think I had Kirby, I want to say in The Amazing Mirror, where you have the genie as the boss at the end. Ah, blinding. Alright, I guess we're gonna stop. Lord of Thunder. More like Lord of Salt. I'm also getting a little, like, zonked from streaming. But hey, thank you guys so much for hanging out. It's been super cool. Oh, wow, 8 likes. Hey. It's been super cool chatting with you guys. Thanks for listening to my stories and being cool. I'll wait for Trish to come back so she can say, like, bye. I think that's all my byes. Tis fun. I think probably definitely not going to be streaming later. I'm on like super retardo schedule. I woke up at like 2 and then I was like, it's too late to stream. So then I
It's
just
2 a.m.
yeah. So anyway, there's like some drawing stream tomorrow. So I have to be like I have to because it's going to be at 7 p.m. so I have to like stay up until 7 p.m. is like a normal time for me to be awake. So anyway, thanks so much for hanging out and
Yeah, check you guys later.